Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sexton High School in Lansing, Michigan. National Futsal Premier League action coming up next. Capital Futsal taking on MitWest FC. I'm Colton Leslie here with Andrew Hall. Season opening action for both of these teams. The very first game for Capital Futsal in their club's young history. Andrew, first game of the season. You're walking into a new gym. What's that like as a player preparing for that first touch of the ball?
Well, I think there's definitely going to be a lot of nerves. You have a new team, first match in club history, coming up against one of the founders of the NFPL. And they're going to be looking to make a statement here today to say, hey, we belong in this league. We deserve to be here. We're going to compete, and we're going to do everything that we can to win our division. And we're looking at MitWest thinking, we've been here a really long time. We know what this is like. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that you know that this league is for the big dogs.
5-on-5 action. Futsal, for those of you unfamiliar. Blue tape around the outside side, and that is that boundary line. All you stop, looking at that boundary line, so you're going to see a lot of action out, hopefully, a lot of goals. 1 minute clock you have. At least stops when it goes out. One of the benefits of futsal is that it moves fast. It's full of a lot of fun plays. With only 5 aside, every player going to be expected to contribute in the attack and the defense. Handshakes at midcourt, starting lineup for Capital Futsal: Jarrett Gill, Eric Carey, Lincoln Martinez, Ethan Ryder, and in goal, Coleman Brandow. Referees having their conversations with the captains. On the MitWest side, starting lineup: Michael Rodriguez, Juan Perez, Omar Labiki, Martin Markson in goal, Aiden Hanchett. Some familiar names if you've been around the local indoor and semi-pro futsal scene. Capital Futsal has won the toss. And there are your handshakes, and we're about to get it. We're about to get this thing underway. Super excited to have you all join us on the NFPL Network on a Saturday Night Live from downtown Lansing. MitWest in the black, moving right to left across your screen. Capital Futsal wearing pink. Referee gives the okay. And we are underway. Juan Perez. Back to Labiki, back. Perez now tries the incisive ball, knocked away. Battle for it in the midfield, picked up by Labiki, and they'll reset the play. First 20 seconds of the new season. MitWest content to be patient in the back and try to build. Labiki. Working in combination with Perez. Lifted ball to the corner, headed up into the air, and claimed out of the air by Brandow. Rolls it out to Eric Carey. On the near side, Martinez down the line, sends it in. It's off the defender and out. Rodriguez trying to get a poke on it. Ends up putting it behind for the corner. Gill puts the ball down all the way back to his keeper. That's something you're going to see as well. Goalkeepers more likely to get involved in futsal with so few guys on the floor. That one's put out into touch by Perez. And Capital will put it in. First minute gone. That shot from distance is spilled by Hanchett, but he's able to collect it. Labiki works into the middle. Leaves the man, tries to get it across. Ibrahim Diamond in the game, lost the ball, coming the other way. One-on-one, it's blocked. The attempt by Jarrett Gill. Picked up in the back by MitWest. Here they come the other way. In the midfield, the shot with the left is blocked. Labiki on the attempt, trying to keep it from going out as Eric Carey, but it does roll out, and it will be MitWest ball. 18:55 to go in the first. Clock is stopped down there. Perez on the outside tries to get it in. Knocked up in the air by Martinez. Bounding ball on the outside of the area. Jarrett Gill tries to get it ahead and does. That clock is still stopped down there. Perez on the near side. Swing it around to the outside. Tries to center it all the way across and out of bounds. Last touch by MitWest, and now the clock is running. 18:45 to go in the first half. Out to Brandow, playing way out of his goal. Passes it back, it's knocked away. Trying to keep it in play is Labiki. Labiki in the corner. Works to the top, Rodriguez. Rodriguez fires, it's blocked and out, and that clock is stopped again. Now it's running again. Some issues with the clock in the early going here. Played in quickly, intercepted. Ethan Ryder trying to launch the attack. Ryder working down the left wing. Ryder sends it in. Blocked by Hanchett. The second effort, it's blocked. Capital recover the ball. Diagonal ball, incisive ball in. And Carey couldn't get the finish on. Good work by Hanchett coming out to block it. Out into the corner. Back to Brandow. Tries to center it. Poked in and wide. Out for a goal kick.
Well, I think you're going to see Capital flying their keeper quite a bit in this game as they try to mount as much pressure as possible on MitWest.
Perez. Sent back where he came from. Back to Labiki. Touched outside. This is Josh Hahn trying to work in combination in the middle. That was Rodriguez rather. Trying to work in combination. It goes out. Will be Capital ball with 17 and 59 to go in the first. Cross to Brandow. A bit of a dangerous ball. Brandow safely puts it out at least. And that's the flip side of that aggression. When you get the goalkeeper involved, when the goalkeeper's out of the box, all of a sudden things can go wrong very quickly. But again, the nature of the game requires that goalkeepers be more involved. And Brandow's a little more aggressive than your average futsal goalkeeper, but still, even Hanchett on the other side here, you're going to see him have to come forward and be a part of the play in the attack. Labiki lifts it on in, headed back across. Rodriguez tries to settle and fire. It's blocked and recovered by Brandow. Pinged off the attacker. Brandow with a bit of a lucky bounce into his arms. The cross by Sammy Omar back to Hanchett. Pass is picked off coming the other way. Storm Powers fires, blocked by Hanchett, and Hanchett makes the stop, and now here he comes. Hanchett puts it on the ground, rolls it out, finds his man on the outside. Good double team trying to get away from it is Perez, working down into the corner, couldn't keep it in play.
Brandow did a great job just coming out at that attacker and trying to cut off any potential for a cross.
Long throw, trying to seek out Charlie Holt. Way down in the corner. Over his head and out into touch. Rodriguez. We're seeing a lot more patience from MitWest. They've possessed the ball well in the first few minutes. Haven't put any really, really good looks on Brandow yet. It's been Capital on the break who have threatened the most. Still no goals in the early goings here.
Well, Storm Powers had that great opportunity when there was a bit of a defensive miscommunication. It just couldn't capitalize, and part of that was some of the great positioning of that goalkeeper and being willing to come out and shut that down.
Rodriguez trying to skip past Powers. Powers denies him. It'll roll out in favor of Capital Futsal. Omar, Powers, swings around to Halt. These guys know each other well. Played on several teams in the area. Halt trying to rip that one in through the split down the middle, but a bit off line and out. And Hanchett. Last touch by MitWest. It will be a corner, excuse me. 16:29 to go in the first. No score yet. Ripped by Brandow wide. Trying to use him as kind of that relief valve option. And now we got a whistle.
Well, we talked about the team cohesion with Capital and how they played on so many teams together. When we talked with the coach at MitWest, Francois Nbwangu, he mentioned that one of the things that he's really proud of is that this is a group that has come from the ranks together from a young age, and they're very proud of that in their academy. As we see that tipped away from Coleman Brandow, he may feel
Josh
that he should have
Hahn,
been saving that.
fresh off the bench, has a go from distance and wins the corner. Poked away and out once again. 16:03 to go in the first. And last touch by MitWest.
A little bit of frustration amongst the MitWest players as they try to organize marking their man.
Omar has the ball in hand, gives it back to Brandow. Omar tries to flip it into the box, and it's collected easily by Hanchett. Hanchett thinking about the baseball throw, decides to underhand this one, headed back by Labiki and out for MitWest. Labiki trying to get it in quickly. Across and into Josh Hahn, turned over. Loose ball, Hahn back on it. Hahn finds a man at the top. The shot is wide from Labiki. A good run by Labiki right through the middle of the defense. Caught it on his foot, but just wide of the mark. Diagonal ball ahead. Powers trying to center. It's picked up by Hanchett. Powers had more time, I think, than he realized. Coming the other way. Trying to split the defense on the dribble is Labiki. He doesn't have much room. Turned over. A chance. Perez scores! Defense to attack. Nice and quick. And Juan Perez puts MitWest in front 1-0. 15-18 to go in the first.
Well, you saw him just get into that space as the Capital defender got sucked in to go towards the ball, and that really just freed him up. Cool as you like. Well-controlled finish.
Labiki trying again. That one's wide into the side netting. As a player, getting that first one in an environment like this where you've been putting chances together, haven't been able to score, getting that first one, what's that like as a player? How does that take the edge off?
Well, it really makes you feel that maybe a warm-up has gone really well and you immediately feel into the game, but on the flip side, as a goalkeeper, if you don't have an opportunity to make a whole lot of saves, that can really put you in a negative headspace that may have some ramifications later in the game.
MitWest content to be patient. Very patient, as it turns out. Labiki just holding on to the ball. Watches the run go and just passes it off. Hahn. Flipped ahead to Hahn, who's trying to head it in. I like the combination play on the outside. They work the ball in short, send Hahn on that run over the top, tried to find him on the head. Couldn't get there. Hahn blocks that one. Nice spin by Martinez to get away. Lincoln Martinez working into the corner. Fires. Hanchett pushes it out for a corner. 14-19 to go in the first. All the way into Ryder. Rips one. And Hanchett catches it out of the air. Punts it right off the defender and back into his arms. Jarrett Gill was standing right there. And Hanchett maybe a bit lucky that he got that bounce.
Can we count that as a double save?
I suppose.
Well,
We'll leave that one for the scorer's table. Once again, MitWest being very patient in the build-up. They are not trying to get ahead too quickly. They are happy to hold the ball in the back and try to force this Capital defense to change its shape and give them something. Capital kind of feel like a chase, but they turn it over. The shot is blocked. The second effort is also blocked and out for a corner.
I'll try to play this ball in quick.
And that's what can happen when you're a little too passive in the back. Giving away an opportunity down into the corner. Cross header just wide. A really good look from Eric Carey on the cross by Martinez.
It was a fantastic opportunity. Worked well when they went back to Ryder. You expected him to really hit that long shot, passing it to Brandow.
Ibrahim Diamond checking in. Labiki on the ball. Almost like he moved off a screen there. That pass is intercepted, coming the other way. Trying to move through the space is Ryder, but it rolls into Hanchett. About a third of the way through the first half. 1-0 to the visitors as that one's put out. It'll be MitWest ball. Eric Carey back into the fray. Back to Hanchett. Near side Perez. Perez shot blocked up in the air. Carey tries to corral it. Pokes it ahead to Omar. Omar skips past the defender. The shot is blocked and out. Under 13 to go in the first. Still 1-0 to MitWest. Into Carey, who shoots high and wide.
They might feel that was a wasted opportunity. Ryder was wide open on the other side for a nice cross down the field. Could have set up a shot, but I suppose that could have ended up going over as well.
Bit of a breather for the players as the ball is retrieved. a rare breather. You don't get a whole lot of these longer stoppages in a futsal match, so players going to take advantage of it when they can. Hanchett rolls it out to Labiki. Again, MitWest being very patient in the back, and almost to their detriment at times. They've given away opportunities, and almost giving away one here as Carey fights to win at least the throw, or the kick in, I suppose, the spot kick. Still a little bit outdoor brained over here. Powers sends it in. Blocked by Labiki, maybe some opening. Labiki, good hustle back in defense, goes all the way back to Brandow, who just sends it on its merry way.
You saw Sammy Omar doing a really good job at getting back. I'm sorry, that might be Eric Carey, 22 there.
Back to Juan Perez, the goal scorer, the only goal scorer so far. Bit of a low-scoring affair here in the first half. 12 minutes to go in the first, and just the one goal in it.
Well, I think you see that sometimes in the beginning of a season. These teams are going to try to feel each other out in the first half and make the adjustments at half.
Hanchett very nearly lost the handle, throws it all in long. It's headed down towards the goal by Labiki, blocked by Brandow. Carey pokes it into the corner. Omar, centered, Powers, blocked! Powers and Hanchett, they know each other well. Teammates and opponents in various circumstances over the past couple of years. And Hanchett got the better of it that time. Teeing up from distance, no. Decides to pass on it. It's taken away. Coming the other way is Rodriguez. Rodriguez fires and scores! Makes Omar pay for the mistake. And with 11:31 to go, it's 2-0 to MitWest. Both MitWest goals coming off of takeaways in the attacking third.
Well, you would think that'd be a very unavoidable goal. There's plenty of opportunities. I know the keeper only gets one touch before the opposition touch, but that might have been the opportunity to relieve that pressure.
Carey tries to split the pair. It's taken away by Rodriguez, who fires quickly. It's blocked by Brandow and flicked away long. All the way into Hanchett. Lobs it over the top, settled in at the feet of Rodriguez. MitWest, they've been in more control. They've had the possession. They've had more opportunities. Not to say Capital haven't had their chances. One rolls out. The unforced error will give Capital good position. The shot from outside is wide. And a timeout is called by MitWest. We're going to step aside for just a moment, and we'll be right back. You are watching National Premier Futsal League action on the NPFL Network.
At Art and Jake's, we're raising the bar. Upscale food, unbeatable game day atmosphere, and over 80 TVs so you always have a front row seat to the action. Art and Jake's. Great food, great fans, great memories.
Two 0 to MitWest. Coming out of the timeout here in the first half. Sexton High School, the site in Lansing, Michigan. Colton Leslie, Andrew Hall. Brent FPL Network.
Well, this timeout could be a very good opportunity for Capital to re-strategize and just reset mentally. as they prepare to hopefully overcome this 2-0 deficit.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that it was MitWest who called the timeout. They've been kind of dictating the play the last couple of minutes. They've had the majority of the opportunities, and the substitution in goal now is Josh Postuma checks in for the first time.
Yeah, for the most part, things seem to be going MitWest's way. They were given the opportunity to hold possession. They were finding a lot of opportunities going forward. They may feel at halftime if things don't go their way, this will be to their detriment.
Again, more patience from MitWest. Marks. Abiki back to Marks. A little more action in the possession here. And that one rolls out off the foot of Labiki. MitWest trying to set up something out of the timeout. Just, again, trying to change the shape of the defense, right? Trying to move these defenders around, open something up. Long diagonal ball comes in high and hot. Intended for Sammy Omar, and it's a little bit too high and a little bit too hot from Charles Holt. Postuma will take this. Gets it into Labiki, who flicks it on ahead, and it will roll harmlessly out for a goal kick. Holt. Down the line, into the feet of Omar, Across the way, Ethan Ryder has some space. Back to Holt, trying to set up the play now. Holt, little flick on to Ryder. Trying to drive the space into Omar, lost it, turned over Rodriguez. Turned back over, Capital in possession. This is Holt. Flicked onto Ryder in combination. He saw Omar through the gap. And he mishit it, was trying to rip it through that seam. It will still end up Capital Futsal possession as we approach the halfway point of the first half. On the ground to carry outside Omar. Omar driving to the line, tries to cross it, but blocked by Postuma with the legs, stopping the cross. Carey would have had an open look at goal. Omar trying to move it forward, taken away by Labiki. Labiki steps on the ball, back to Omar. Omar's tripped up and fouled, and that's our first foul of the game, which is remarkable considering how fast the action is and in close quarters. That's the first foul called a little over 10 minutes in. Free kick for Capital. 2 men in the wall. Ethan Ryder going to go stand in the wall now. Referee's going to blow everything dead.
Just needs to give a little bit more space between him and the opposition.
Jarrett Gill has a go. Blocked at the wall. Can't imagine there's a whole lot scarier than standing 10 feet away from that hard little futsal ball as someone's about to rip it towards the goal behind you. Omar.
Next to the keepers, I think they might be the bravest on the field. Anyone who's willing to get in front of those balls being struck so hard.
Oh, yeah. This is about a size 3 ball, for those of you that would know. And Postuma mishandles it, trying to dive on it, but he started to roll out of the area, had to let go of the ball, or else it would have been an infraction for handball. And it rolls out in favor of Capital. Ryder gets it in quickly. They're going to work it around to Omar and all the way back to Brandow. Brandow feeling some pressure, gets to Omar, steps on it, back into Brandow. Brandow watching it, and they put it off their own post. It didn't go in. Trying to get the clearance, all kinds of discombobulation in the back.
They got incredibly lucky from that miscommunication there. I think Brandow thought he was going to let it go wide or maybe have Ryder take care of it, and Ryder ended up clearing it. Fortunate to not see it go into the other side of the net.
Diamond in, Rodriguez fires, blocked by Brandow, and cleared away. Omar trying to work down the line, and it goes out. Last touch by MitWest. 9:04 on the first half clock. Still 2-0 MitWest in front. Near the corner. Trying to play short in that compressed space there. It's cleared away. Brandow will take it at the top of his arc.
Well, I think after those 2 turnover counterattack goals, they're not really willing to fly their keeper as much, Capital. They need some of that assurity. And
Gill's
come on the break.
Pass is taken away. Rodriguez tries to cross the block by Brandow on the second effort. And it's out. MitWest will play it in from the corner. Labiki. Brandow with a good recovery to make the stop. 8:39 to go in the first. All the goalkeepers been good so far. Postuma coming all the way up. You see him involved there.
Rodriguez tries to play it on the ground. It's blocked back out to Diamond. And back to Postuma, who will reset the action. MitWest back to patient. You see Capital Futsal's defense dropping back in that kind of diamond shape. Perez trying to set up in the middle of that diamond and play off of it. They're going to work the ball back into their own territory and try again. Lost! Quick shot blocked! Jarrett Gill putting on the pressure, taking it away from Lebicki. That's a couple of times that Capital Futsal have made MitWest pay for kind of playing around with the ball at the back. But they haven't been able to put it in the net yet. Brandau into the corner. That's a great ball in. The second look is blocked and out for a corner.
Postuma doing good to stay switched on there.
To the near side. Martinez across the way. Sending in the second ball across. I like that work from Capital Futsal. They worked it to the near side, but a couple of quick balls to switch the frame of reference, and then a quick, decisive ball through the middle, but no one on the end of it. Gio Alvarado. Ball down the line, and Postuma doing a good job there, coming way out of his area just to shield the attacker off the ball and watch it out to win possession for his side. Postuma with a quick touch to get the ball live. 7:40 to go in the first. Still 2-0 MitWest. Capital being shut out in the first half by first Handshit, now Postuma. Perez. Short ball in the middle and trying to send Rodriguez. He thought Rodriguez was going to head down the line and try to maybe set up something to play off of him, but Rodriguez stayed rooted to his spot, and it rolls out harmlessly. Powers with it for Capital. Powers draws the double team down the line. Yurke Almanov gets it into the middle. Powers now on the outside trying to work it down the line is Martinez. Martinez draws the pressure, and it's deflected back to Postuma. Perez carries into the attacking half. Had a little more space. Trying to play the 1-2 on the outside. Perez and Powers is there on the defensive, forces it out off of the attacker. Powers trying to send it in long, and it goes wide into the bench. 6:50 to go in the first.
Well, they've had a couple opportunities now, Capital, to get a ball across the field, and it's just been a mishit.
Sam Amutama. That one's hit into the rafters by Lebicki. So it's going to go out of bounds. Will be played in from as close to where it hit the rafters as possible from the touchline by Capital Futsal. Ball in across, and finally, Yurke Elmanov! The first goal for Capital Futsal. A brilliant diagonal ball on the ground from Eric Carey. Almanov stayed in his spot. The cool finish, 2-1.
Well, what a great way to sub on and then have Almanov in a great passing position for you to just switch the field with seemingly your first touch.
Almanov across to Powers, trying to keep it in play. He can't. Ran out of real estate. 2-1 the score in the first half.
MitWest flying their keeper now.
Tight compressed space. The shot is blocked, and what a stop by Brandau. Amutamwa was right there, but Brandau able to recover and make the play. Capital trying to build from the back. Flicked on, Powers across, behind the shot. High and wide and out for a goal kick. 5:45 on the first half clock. MitWest leading 2-1. Trying to work down the line. Lebicki finds the space. The shot is blocked by Brandau. Second effort is blocked. Perez in on for the attempt. Hahn wins the ball. Lost and poked out. Capital ball near midfield. No, it's going to be off of Capital. MitWest in possession. 5:29 to go. Now it looks like the officials have changed their mind.
My initial thought was that went off Powers, but Refs are closer than we are, so they might have saw something else.
Almanov into the corner, ball in, across a good look from the far corner, and we're tied! Powers with the tough cross, and the finish from Eric Carey.
Well, not a bad shift subbing in. You get an assist and then a goal to bring the game level. We've got a game now.
And it's been the creative passing of Capital Futsal in the attacking third that's opened it up. Long, incisive balls on the ground, not trying to play through the air necessarily, keep it on the ground, get it into feet, and just let guys get those one-touch finishes. Now MitWest, they might feel a little bit more urgency as Hahn tries to work it down into the corner. It's poked out for a corner. 5 1/4 to go. Back to Perez, whose shot is easily scooped up by Brandow. Capital in transition, taken away, good stop by Perez. Perez tees up and fires, it's blocked.
There have been a couple moments since this timeout, where Capital, even though they're 2-0 down, they don't feel the need to rush to get back into the game. They're happy to just keep going and sticking to their game plan.
They got Handship back in the game in goal for MitWest, and he's currently in the attacking half. Trying to create that plus man situation for MitWest. Being very patient, trying to direct traffic from the back is Labiki. The shot from distance, that's just a little bit high. But I think Brandow had it covered at the near post. Yeah, the game really seems to have opened up in the last few minutes for both teams, frankly. Capital Futsal scoring. And they turn it over in the attacking third, block by Brandow, second effort off the post! Martin Merckx thought he had the go-ahead, but it pings off the upright.
Can be your best defender.
And as I was saying, it feels like this game has opened up since Capital Futsal started scoring, not just on their end, but also it's forced MitWest to play more open than they were. They were playing a very closed, contracted game, working the ball very slowly. A little more what they're doing right now as opposed to what they've been doing for the last few minutes. That ball in the middle to Marks. Pass picked off by Ryder. In transition, Hanshit's way out of his box. The shot is blocked. That's a great recovery by Cole Canal.
Well, they almost found themselves in a little bit of trouble, but fortunately, Omar didn't get that shot off fast enough. And like you said earlier, that's one of the dangers of flying your keeper out.
4 minutes to go. Halt sends it in. Was looking for the runner to come across. The turnover in transition. The shot is blocked. Marks had a one-on-one, but a good stop by Brandow. Coming the other way. The shot wide from Omar. Omar punching the wall in frustration. He thought he could have scored that at the far post. 3:48 on the clock. You see Hanshit making that run on the outside. Labiki, Hanshit, lost it. Mark's there to recover for him, trying to spin down the line, wants the foul, not going to get one, and it rolls out in favor of Capital Futsal. They've only made one call this entire first half, these officials, letting them play. There hasn't been much to call, frankly. It's been very, it's been very clean. Wanted the call there, didn't get it. Dancing with it, Labiki trying to get free and somehow magically does. Gets it up to Perez. It's knocked out. It'll be Capital ball near midfield. Labiki and Perez having a conversation. Jarrett Gill looking for an option. Seems upset that no one came available to him right away. Gives it up to Ethan Ryder and a whistle. And referee's got something to say to somebody. It's a yellow card.
The captain, Omar Labiki, I think it's for dissent. There's been a lot of back and forth between him and our referees tonight.
So a booking for Labiki in the 17th minute. With 3:14 left in this first half, what's been a very tightly contested first half. Just kind of a silly thing to give away if you're MitWest. Free kick for Capital Futsal. Gill leaves it. The shot up in the air. Hanchik climbs the ladder and makes the play. Hanchik, underhanded throw out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to settle it. And he couldn't get it on the ground, and they'll have to rework the ball back into their own end.
minutes to go in the half. We're going to rebuild the attack. Out. Down the line. The double team is there. Possession. Rodriguez down into the corner. Ball cross off the defender. There's some time and space for Capital. So they're going to play it a little more slowly here. Martinez flicks it on ahead. Gill tries to head it into the middle. Rodriguez is there. Rodriguez trying to push the pace. Rodriguez defended well by Ryder out into the scorer's table. 2:28 to go. That's a heck of a tackle by Ryder. Now Jarrett Gill having a conversation with the official. Handshit rips one from distance, blocked by Brandow. Second effort, blocked by Brandow again off the save. Canal on the attempt, ripped from midfield by Gill. It's saved by Handshit. Both teams trying to open it up now.
I don't think Canal was expecting his goalkeeper to shoot it from that distance. He didn't seem ready for that ricochet, and that'll be a foul.
Perez is tripped up. And as this game has opened up, you're starting to see a little bit more physical play. Still only the second foul given this entire game. A rare free kick. Not counting the yellow card. The yellow card wasn't a run of play foul as much. That ball put out for a throw. Or a free kick, rather, from the touchline. Handshit in midfield. Down the line, Perez dances into the double team, and it's put out. Under 2 to go in the first.
Well, you see, Capital has a sub-advantage in terms of the amount that they have in terms of MitWest, and they're really trying to keep their legs fresh and just hope that tiring their opponents out will work in their advantage.
Omar in transition, the ball across the goal! Lincoln Martinez! They break out quickly off the takeaway. 3 unanswered for Capital Futsal, and they lead right before the break.
Well, that is a textbook counterattack, and way to be selfless and finding the easier option, and he just had to poke it in. Goalkeeper left on his own, nothing he could do.
Make your own life easy. With that kind of finish, trying to find Labiki down near the goal line, it rolls out.
We'll see a timeout.
And a timeout is called.
Following MitWest's attempted quick response.
We're going to step away for a moment once more. With 1:45 on the first half clock, 3 unanswered for Capital Futsal. They lead 3-2. You're watching the NFPL Network.
You want support noise more. Let's go with. Oh, hey, can we get a? Do you see a? Do you have an extra USB-C cord?
No, I do not.
USB-C cord?
Nope.
I got one there.
I mean, there might be one in the bag of cords, but I don't have one in my bag.
It's not super long, but.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. By all means, feel free to talk about it. Yeah, feel free to talk about it. Whatever you're comfortable doing. It's hard to find the pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have something to say, say it. By all means, you're doing great. I want you to feel like, you know, I want you to feel like, I know you have things to contribute. I want you to feel like you can put those in. Futsal trying to get the ball moving quickly. Martinez, the goal scorer, Over the timeline. Diagonal ball. Poked out by Powers. Ibrahim Diamond gets it in quickly to Labiki. Trying to work in the tight space. Powers dispossesses him, and it's cleared away. Canal lost it. Back to Handshit, who's able to get it away. A desperate clearance, but a good one. Brand out of Powers. 1 minute to go. Down the line, trying to keep it in. Almanov just barely keeps it in. Labiki falls over. We got a whistle. It's going to be a foul on Almanov. So a free kick opportunity for MitWest. Here on the near side, 2 men in the wall for Capital Futsal. Handshake coming up to help. And now he's going to drop off and kind of be the outlet option. It's tough to mark a goalkeeper too. Labiki down the line, Diamond blocked and out for a corner.
Referee slowing up the play.
Waiting for his compatriot to get all the way over to the far side where he needs to be for the play. Labiki, hand shit, 40 seconds. Capital retreating into a defensive posture. Labiki tees up, fires, blocked. Powers tries to get it clear, but it's taken by Canal. Canal trying to hold possession, gets it to Diamond. Coming up forward, they're going to play on, and now they're going to pull it back. They decided to play advantage, and now they're going to pull it back. That's the referee within his mark to do so. Wanted to give MitWest the opportunity to build something, and instead pulls it back for the free kick. 20 seconds as Handshake rips it high and wide and smacks it off the display here at Clayton Coalt Court. 20 seconds on the clock. Brandow will roll this one into halt. Clock presumes. Halt. 15 seconds, flicks it on Powers. Maybe something. Powers wide. 11 seconds. Handshake rolls it. Labiki. 9 seconds. Labiki stops. Looking for an option. 3 seconds. Spins off the defender. Good, strong tackle by Halt. And that's going to take us to halftime. A lot of action in that first half. MitWest scored the first two. Capital Futsal responds with 3 in a row, and they lead 3-2 at the break. We are going to take a break ourselves, and we'll be back in the second half. You are watching National Futsal Premier League action on the NFPL Network. All right. Doing all right? How you doing? All right. Good. How are you? Good. What's up, man?
How are you, brother? Good to see you. Oh man, I can always know that there's at least a 10% chance I'll see you at any soccer game in Michigan.
Yeah, there is.
How you doing?
I've been along the block a few times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, just as they were saying on the broadcast when Storm and Aiden were going against each other, they know each other real well. They played against each other and with each other off and on for the last multiple years. It's a good game though.
Yeah. You should have left him in goal, though.
I was wondering what the hell.
Yeah.
And then I know Aiden. Come out, you put him back in the net. That's why he let the other one go. Keep him in there and not
Yeah, he was pretty much defenseless on that one, but
yeah, but still.
yeah, I mean, come on. How many saves did he have in that first half there?
Coach looked back and I was like, yeah, I'm wondering the same thing, bud.
And no distribution.
No, just and hope. Not like an actual good one. And then fouls get reset at the halftime, right?
I don't know. I think so.
At least there's not a lot of fouls.
Right.
late.
I mean, you went well over halfway through before the first foul was called.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that yellow card that the ref gave.
What was that?
The ball was off the line. Clearly. That's what the player said. He said it's off the line. And they gave me.
Of course. Of course he did.
Hey, speaking of the refs, what's the ref saying over by the team? We've always called him Opie. He was here the ball.
I'll look at him.
Very good stop.
Really, they're far and few between in this area.
Yes, I mean he's a guy. He sprints down the line and
Oh,
watches
there
the
we go.
ball. And
That's what we're talking about.
I mean he's a very good soccer ref.
That's awesome.
It's killing me because I can't think of his name. But again, we always call him Opie because he looks like him.
I love that. I love that.
So what are you playing at all?
Yeah, I play. Let's see. I've got two rec leagues I play with, and then every now and then I'm there with Red Cedar.
Okay.
But they've got, especially the guy that plays in the futsal national team or whatever. He's really freaking good. Or sevens. He plays with sevens, not futsal, but sevens. And he's the USA national team. And I knew when I was recruiting him that he was going to take my spot, but that's okay. We're better because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden's been hitting me up about a few places, but I'll play wherever the wants me right now.
That's for him. I never know where he's going to be playing.
Exactly.
I mean, Shoreline certainly is
The drive?
go-to now, but he doesn't mind the drives.
Okay. Well, that's good.
These guys called him last week. Like he had nothing to do, and all of a sudden he says, "Yeah, I got to go to Canada and play." I said, "What?"
What?
That's 9:30 at night.
If that's they asked me to go to Canton at 9:30 yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the problem.
Do you know the refs?
Hope so. I know. I don't know by name. Some of them have been around since I played in high school.
The guy that's over by the table. I know he was in charge of
Yeah,
all the area refs for a long time.
yeah.
Can't think of his name. It's driving me crazy.
I'd have to ask Darwin. He would know.
We always call him old people. But nice guy and very good ref.
Yeah, I give him shit every time I see him because I coach now in the fall. I'm like,
Okay.
when are you gonna retire, dude?
In my estimation, I think he's the best soccer ref in the area.
Yeah.
Because he actually runs and follows the play and follows the ball and watches the lines.
Yeah. You know, he explained
And
things that he
talks to the
sees and
kids
talks through it.
why he calls what he does. And
I think that's really all. Because, no referee's never going to make a mistake, but at least if you see from their eyes why they do it or why they feel something.
right.
I've had my moments where I try to say that I'm a calmer coach. Our other head coach is a little bit more animated. Or I just talk to him like, what you see? All right. That's how I saw, but I'm not close to the play like you are. So just wanted your input.
We had four refs last week and we're getting so late. With the ball. Play was off and a guy kicked his hand.
Oh, that's all right. Good go. Feels good.
Welcome back to Sexton High School in controlling the pace of the play, scored a couple of goals, and then Capital Angels turned it on.
They really grew into that game, and they also capitalized on their momentum.
All right. I see what you did.
And we'll see if they can keep that momentum going, or if this halftime reset will allow MitWest to find some more points unanswered. And we did see a goalkeeping substitution. Darwin Bostwick is now in goal.
Getting his first look in the net for Capital Futsal after a pretty solid half from Coleman Brandow. Team switch ends. Capital Futsal moving right to left across your screen, wearing pink in this second half. MitWest in the all-black, moving left to right. Josh Hahn trying to set up the play. Give it back to him. Again, that patient build-up. MitWest trying to get back to what they were doing at the beginning of this game, it seems. Handshit coming up to support the play. Rodriguez, Marks. Back out to Handshit. In Capital Futsal, they've retreated into a defensive posture. They're just trying not to let anything get into that space. That one, they do allow one into the space, but a clearance by a Ryder. A good look in from MitWest, but they couldn't capitalize it. Trying again. That one's cleared away by Bostwick.
Yeah, Capital seems to be really content with allowing MitWest to control this run of play right now, and it's almost cost them a couple times where they allow a man to get in behind.
And you'll see that, right? I mean, how many times in how many sports have coaches said you can't play not to lose, right? You can't play to just keep the play in front of you, and you can't play defensive in this situation. There's too much time left. I don't anticipate that that's what Capital's doing. Like, these guys, they've been around the block. They know how to play this game. But you still have to play with some element of aggression in your game, even when leading here in the second half. Ball in across, misses everybody, and it's out.
Benefit they have is they still have a lot of time should anything not go their way.
Handshit will march it forward for MitWest. Tries to rip one in. It's blocked by Gill, who tries to turn it away. Under pressure, rolling it out into touches Perez. Ball lifted on ahead, headed across, and Handshit is there. Read the cross well and jumped on it. Didn't allow the attacker, Lincoln Martinez, to snap on it. Martinez trying to get his head up, now gets it across. Trying to settle the play in their own end. Ryder, Gill, back to Ryder in the center circle, and back to Martinez. Ryder feels the pressure immediately, has to give it back to his keeper, and the keeper just gives it away. Rodriguez in on goal. It's blocked and held by Bostwick.
That was a great recovery following that turnover there.
17:30 to go in the game. 3-2. Capital Futsal in front. Cross to Ryder. He's got some space. Ryder tries to rip one on ahead. It's blocked off the chest of Perez. He couldn't find it. Falls into Marks, who shoots. And an easy save for Bostwick. Rolls it out to Gill. Gill is put to the ground by Perez.
A couple members on the bench asking for a card there. That's going to be MitWest's third foul of the game.
Back to Bostwick. Down the line, just puts it out into touch. Mishit it, and he knows it.
One of the things about Bostwick that we're seeing that we didn't see as much with Brandow is the active, constant communication to his players, making sure that they all know what he wants from them.
Yeah, they're very different goalkeepers, right? Brandow wants the ball at his feet a little bit more. He's going to be a little bit more active in the play. Bostwick, he's going to try to anchor defensively and try to communicate to help change the shape of his offense, as opposed to maybe getting as involved himself with the ball at his feet. That ball high and wide from Rodriguez.
Rodriguez upset about something, talking with one of the sideline refs.
Ryder down the line. Gill with a tough pass into Martinez. Martinez spinning into space. Martinez fires, blocked by Hanshit. Martinez, he wants some kind of something from the officials. I think he's arguing he got tripped up.
We did a good job to stay balanced enough to get the shot off after getting into space that he created by himself.
At the very least, he wins the corner. It's going to be Jarrett Gill to play it in from the corner. Bostwick settle into Gill, and Gill, oh my goodness, his eyes lit up. That ball bouncing at knee level. He thought he was going to rip that off the volley, but the defender got in and poked it clear. Diagonal ball heading across. I like that ball. And they're going to go quickly, and the shot is way wide from Hanshit. Bostwick was out of his box. And Hanshit saw the open goal and just tried to punt it in and just missed it wildly. Snapped at it, really. Might have been a real chance.
Seen a line change from Capital. Looks like all 4 went off.
Omar tries to work it back to Carey. Picked off by Rodriguez. Working it in himself. That's a good tackle by Halt. Halt trying to turn it. Rips it off of Labiki. Now coming the other way. Rodriguez. Gonna settle it back to Labiki to reset the play. Diagonal ball cleared away. That's good defensive work to read the pass and get it away. Under 16 to go. Rodriguez cuts it back. Working outside. Down into the corner. Looking for the cross, and it's poked wide. Hanshit, I think, was the intended recipient of the cross. Diamond saw the loose ball, went for it, and just poked it wide. Not a bad play by Diamond by any means.
He did a good job using his body to keep the defenders from being able to get involved.
Turnover, quick shot wide. Juan Perez trying to be very positive, opportunistic for MitWest. Can't get it to go, but it'll be a corner. Back to Diamond, shot blocked. Diamond again, has it a point-blank look, and it's blocked. Halt swings the leg wildly, and that's an easy call. Halt just came in hot and leg-whipped Perez. Just a clumsy tackle. And he'll go in the book for it, and he's deserved it.
Both captains now on a yellow card.
And I get you're trying to make a play, right? You're trying to get in there and disrupt the attacker, win the ball. But you gotta be a little more careful than that. Just a clumsy challenge from a guy who's very good, right? He's been around, he's played a lot, he knows how to make those kinds of plays. Just a bad challenge.
Absolutely. A little bit of frustration from Bostwick there, trying to set up his players.
Kind of an awkward wall. 3 guys kind of standing in a bunch as opposed to a proper wall.
I think he's staggering them so that they're able to go to any pass that he may make if it's not a shot.
Ball's just outside the 3-point arc on the basketball court. Passed in, Rodriguez shot is wide! But the defender did get a piece of it. I think Powers was the one who ticked it wide. 15:24 to go in the second half, still 3-2. MitWest looking for an equalizer off the corner. Perez back to Hanshit. Hanshit mishandles it. It's loose at midfield. Rodriguez tries to cut it back in the middle, and he'll save the play. Labiki rips it wide. Diamond was there at the back post. I think he was hoping for the pass.
It's like Ryder and Gill are coming in.
Wide to Omar. Gill tries to skip away, and Diamond takes it away. In transition, Perez. Oh, he lost the handle. Perez had open space. If he'd been able to hold on to that, he could probably charged the net, tried to draw out a defender, maybe create something in the middle, but he couldn't hold on to it.
Well, Labiki was finding himself in some space, so there was that opportunity as well if he was just able to get a slightly better touch there.
Gill flicks it down the line, trying to get it into the path of Powers, but Powers was working his way inside. And it rolls out. Hanshit throwing it away long, and it ticks off the defender. Last touch, I think, by Labiki. Referee's having a conversation. No, Labiki did not touch it. Will be a corner. Hanshit, that's one thing that I've seen from him in my years of watching him play. He loves to be opportunistic off of those balls from his own goal box, as that one's rolled out by Labiki. He loves to try to get the ball ahead quickly. If he sees an opening, try to get the ball into someone who has a direct attempt on goal. He's done that a couple of times tonight. That one almost an equalizer.
Well,
Powers flicked onto Omar and out.
ever since Hanchett's played in high school, one of the things that I think he prided his game on was his distribution abilities. And you see that he does want to be one of those point men there.
That ball in is blocked by Gill. That's one of the reasons why the indoor game has been so kind to him, I think, is because of his skill as a distributor. A much higher emphasis placed on ball skills and foot skills at this environment than in the outdoor game for most goalkeepers. That one sent well wide of everything by Rodriguez, just mishit it. 14 and a half to go, long ball ahead, settled by Martinez, trying to get it down the line. Rodriguez is there, shielding off the ball, draws the double team, back to Hanchett, and that'll open up the play. Flicked on by Labiki, but that flick didn't have enough mustard on it. Picked off by Ryder. We're going to work it back to Gill. Gill, blocked by Diamond. Across. Cutting inside now. Rodriguez in the corner. Labiki cross, and it's wide of everything. Defender got a piece of it. Perez will get it in quickly. Rodriguez at the top. Rodriguez fires. Deflected. Saved. Loose ball down near the goal line. And happy to just hold it there as Ryder gets it to Gill, who just sends it on its merry way. Hanchett trying to work the ball up the near side. Labiki trying to spin away. Being defended by Ryder. Cross Rodriguez now. Labiki again. Capital with a compressed defensive posture. Once again, that ball. One in the corner. Knocked along. And Rodriguez will corral it for MitWest. Coming up on the 13-minute mark of the second half. Still 3-2. Sam out. Rodriguez. Labiki. Lifted ball across, was trying to get it to Perez, but just missed him. And I think that Labiki thought he was going to head into the corner. At least he should have headed into the corner. Not on the same page. And it's a turnover. An infraction on the inbound. And now we got a whistle, and now it's going the other way. Another infraction on the inbound.
Going back and forth here.
Pretty sure I heard the referee say that the ball needs to be entirely on the line. And that was the issue, was that the ball had rolled into the field of play before it was actually kicked. Two teams trading immediate turnovers there. And now Capital with something here. The shot from distance and just wide. Oh, just wide, yes. Tough to tell from our angle. Thought it might have snuck in at the near post, but it did wrap around the outside and hit the outside netting on the far post. Martinez on the attempt. Rodriguez into the middle.
Aiden Hanchett having a word with the referee, saying that it's about the fourth time that he's been impeded by a field player after the play, slowing him down.
Diagonal ball to Labiki, and that's well defended by Ryder. Oh, he lost it, but able to help and get it away clear as Omar. 12 and a quarter to go. Hanchett into the corner. Labiki looking for the cross. It's blocked, and they were able to, no, they were not able to keep it in. Ethan Ryder thought that he saved that play. He was about to march and attack down the line, and it's poked out by Ryder. Trying to block that cross down the goal line. Back out to Hanchett. Swung around Rodriguez. Trying the incisive ball. Picked off by Omar. In the middle. Carey. Dispossessed. Labiki. Looking for help. Ball works its way back into the defensive half. Rodriguez finding some space. Skipping around. Looking. Fires. Blocked. And it's all the way up into the rafters. The block by Gio Alvarado.
I think they're going to need some assistance from the crowd to get that ball back in the field.
Yeah, that one went way up there. Not sure what's in your field of vision at home, but that ball went soaring nearly out of the gym.
Almost into the trash can. That'd be worth at least a half point, you'd think.
Oh, you give him credit for something, right? So few goals in this game. Everything has been so tightly contested. Hanchett rips one. Oh, my goodness.
Phenomenal save and awareness by Bostwick.
Boswick just barely getting to that one at the bottom corner, and Labiki, he was ready for it to put it back on that post. The ball ripped in, and Marks couldn't redirect it. Last touch by the defender, as it is right now. No, it's going to be a goal kick. It was Marks who just missed it. The ball hit hard in towards Marks at the feet. Marks couldn't redirect it into the goal. Under 12 to go. Lofted ball is way out of play. It's not for lack of trying that this game has been so defensive in the second half. Both teams trying to score. The goalkeepers have been up to it. Diagonal ball ahead, into space. Martinez trying to move it down inside.
Well, and the lack of goals doesn't necessarily reflect the lack of intensity and the quality of these shots that we've seen today.
Yeah, the attacking quality, if anything, I would argue has been better in the second half than the first half in terms of raw opportunity. Where the ball is, the kind of runs being made, the kind of shots being taken, it's looked a lot better in the second half on the offensive end for both of these teams. Just haven't been able to put the ball in the net.
Labiki needs to be careful. He's running the risk of a second yellow for dissension if he doesn't get control of himself.
11 minutes to go. That one hit off the defender, staying in play. Looking, the shot at the near post is blocked by a hand shot and out for a corner.
It's a quick volley by Riley.
Shot from Powers, ricochets off a defender and an attacker and out. I think last touch was off of Almanov. And it will be a goal kick. As we approach the halfway mark of the second half. First ever game for Capital Futsal. They lead 3-2 in their inaugural match. Trying to pull off a win against an established club, MitWest FC, a founding club of the NFPL.
Well, if you're trying to set a tempo, this is going to be one of the teams that you want to play against and you want to have a competitive game.
Rodriguez works through the space, did a great job to make himself free, but then just skied the finish. Martinez. Out of bounds, last touch by Capital. Ripped from deep, it's deflected at midfield. Oh, a swing and a miss from Almanov. He saw the open goal with hand shit off his spot. Couldn't connect with it.
That was an important opportunity, one that they might wish they had back as we approach the halfway point in this game.
David Riley, take it away, Juan Perez. Perez working into the box. The long touch is easily covered by Bostwick, throws it long, and that's that weird height, right? Like a ball that's, you're trying to get it ahead quickly, trying to get it on into space, but if that ball is met by an attacker at chest level, it's such a difficult ball to control.
Well, and at the speed at which everybody's moving too, you just have a defender that's going to be right on you, closing you down as soon as you bring it under control, and you have to be really good with your second touch.
Labiki works himself back into the corner. Hanchett just has to get it away. Boswick sends it back where it came from, and Hanchett makes the save. Hanchett throws it on, settled on the chest, and trying to send it over his head, and it's high and wide. I like the effort from Perez, but it was opportunistic to say the least.
Oh, and that's going to be a handball, it looks like. Ball hadn't gone out quite yet.
They did call the handball, but quickly turned over 3-on-1. A big opportunity. They can score. Riley to Powers. Yeah, that was an odd turn of events. The ball was going to fly out of bounds, so Powers just put his hand up to catch it, just to keep it from flying all over the place effectively. It was a free kick for MitWest, which is effectively same difference, right? Very similar spot.
Good opportunity for control. They
turned it over immediately, and it was a 3-on-1. The kind of opportunity we've not seen. These teams have been so defensive in their postures. They've done such a good job, that's a foul, of staying back defensively and not allowing those odd man rushes that you see so often in futsal. It's very common to see 2-on-1, 3-on-2, even 3-on-1 situations. Not seeing that today because of how defensively these teams are sitting back, but that time because of the turnover in their own end, immediately turns into a 3-on-1, and Capital executes and scores. They lead by 2. Perez. Pass knocked away by Omar. And now this is where you can't be panicky as MitWest. There's still a lot of time left. Labiki working into the middle and trying to spin it back in there.
Well, you can't get panicky, but we're getting higher and higher on the foul counts. So once we hit a certain point,
Intercepted. The quick turnaround and fire is blocked by Sam Al. Oh, he almost gave it away. Sam Al back on it. Trying to spin it down the line is Perez. Perez, he's in the open space. But diagonal ball's picked off, coming the other way. 2-on-1. Working his way in. The shot, and squeezes it. Between the knees, Ethan Ryder.
I was going to expect him to pass it to the wide open man. That was the easier option, but instead he took it on himself. Referee.
5-2 the score. Back-to-back goals for Capital Futsal. And a timeout call. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back. 8:35 to go second half. 5-2. Capital Futsal open it up here at Sexton High School. Five 2, 8:35 to go in the second half.
There might not have been a better time to call that time out and get that time to reset. MitWest giving up back-to-back goals.
Back-to-back goals on giveaways in your own third, too. Like, I think that's probably the most telling thing for them is that Capital, it wasn't a run-of-play goal where they were building something from the back and they created something. You made the mistake, and then they made you pay. And now you find yourself in a 3-goal hole with not a whole lot of time left in a game where you haven't been able to finish on the attacking end. Trying to create something up all to the far post, losing a shoe. The shot is wide.
A quick release here.
Onto Riley. And now Capital, they could have gone quickly. There was a man off the field. Now they're going to move it in quickly. The shot and score! Jarrett Gill! Now it's wide open. 6-2. MitWest, they lost Juan Perez for a moment. He had to get his shoe back on. And Capital, at first, they weren't pushing. But MitWest, their shape was all kinds of out of order because of the absence of Perez trying to get back into the play after losing his shoe.
Well, you saw examples of this last season where it was a very close contested game in the first half, and then something happens. I'm not sure what it is, but all of a sudden there's just so many opportunities that get opened up against MitWest, and they're being punished.
Under 8 to go. Capital Futsal trying to put the finishing touches on an inaugural win. First game in club history. Going to be the first 3 points. If they can finish the job, that shot is deflected and out for a corner. So Ibrahim Diamond. Ball intercepted. Eric Carey. Carey lost it. Hanchett rolls it out. Carey blocks it. Another quick look maybe for Martinez off the post. Martinez trying the second effort. Diamond there to defend. Gives it back to Holt. The shot is high and wide, but a whistle. I think they're going to call the foul, and it's going to be a free kick, I believe, for Capital Futsal. 7.5 to go in the ball game.
Referee holding up play.
They're going to put the goal back where it needs to be. So a free kick from the far corner for Charles Halt. Man wearing the captain's band. Big part of the inner workings of this club. Halt rolls it. The shot blocked by Hanshit, and it rolls out on the near side. Powers will put this one in play. He's got Halt right there, rolls it to Halt. Halt steps into it, fires, blocked. Bostwick just going to send it on its way. That's a really good ball in from Bostwick, headed up in the air, forcing MitWest to deal with the ball in the air in their own third, but that's well controlled by Perez, and he's tripped up. That's an easy foul.
That's a silly foul, too. It's unnecessary. You can just keep him out wide and force him back. There's nowhere that he's going.
Yeah, there's that unique challenge of dealing with the ball in the air in your own third, and Perez handled that exquisitely, able to get the ball back under his control and work it up and at least win a free kick. Perez shoots high. You're MitWest. You're caught in between a rock and a hard place, right? Because you only have so much time left, but you still need to work good chances. Can't just snap at any chance you see and hope good things happen. You still need to work the attack and create good looks for yourself. They're not doing that right now. They haven't scored this second half. Bostwick has kept his net clean since the break. Nice little 1-2 action on the near side. They couldn't get it into Martinez, but you like that combination play from Capital Futsal. They're playing very comfortable right now.
They are, and they know that they've just gotten a major advantage in this second half, and now they do not have to chase the game.
And that allows you to just play more free.
Absolutely. And you can force the opponent to create space for you.
Halt hits the deck hard, trying to get away from two defenders. Ball's put out by Martinez. 6.5 to go. MitWest ball, and now the referee's going to hold up the play because he made the wrong signal. He's going to let the defense get back. Sam Almatamwa. Going to swing it around to Hanshit. Diamond. That's well defended. And it came off of Diamond.
It was a good poke to keep that ball in Capital possession.
Everybody getting forward. Halt sends it all the way in. Oh, man. He was trying to get it in on the head of Eric Carey right in front of goal. Usually there's an outlet. Maybe they're not interested in that. They just sent everybody forward.
Well, and Eric Carey, remember, on the hat trick, surely going to be looking for that third.
6:13 left. Been a balanced attack from Capital Futsal. Getting everybody involved. A big lead here late in the second half, trying to salt it away. And that's a mishandle right in front of goal. Rolls out for a corner. Maybe a chance for MitWest. Amatamwa. Back to Hanshit on the center circle, and that's just high. He's going to argue that it was deflected, and his argument will be heard. I think Martinez caught a piece of it on his shoulder. Under 6 to go. Diamond fires and scores! Sneaks it in at the near post. The beating of Bostwick for the first time tonight. And it's a 3-goal game.
Well, they took that corner pretty quick, and then Diamond just with a very quick release to the near post before Bostwick could really react. And now we've got a good remaining 5.5 or so minutes.
MitWest trying to claw their way back in after what's been a pretty dismal second half for them. That goal ends a 6-0 run from Capital Futsal. Rodriguez. Perez. Rodriguez again up at the top of the zone. Working down to Diamond. Diamond works down to the corner. Tries to shoot again. That time Gill gets in front. Gets to Martinez. Martinez trying to skip through the space. Martinez shot is blocked, and it goes out. 5:14 left. Capital Futsal 6. MitWest FC 3. The guys in pink trying to get their club's first ever win in their first ever game. Ryder couldn't corral it, rolls out.
No, Ryder likes to get into space and just take those shots from distance, and I think that's what he was trying to do. Just got away from him.
Hanch it across Rodriguez down the line, and Perez couldn't hold it and immediately looks back at Rodriguez as if to apologize. We're into the final 5 minutes. Now, if you're MitWest, you have to play high defensively. You have to force mistakes like that one right there from Jarrett Gill. You have to get the ball back, and you've got to push. And it makes the game a lot more difficult when you have to chase this late.
Well, and one thing Capital really doesn't want to do is be the next one that concedes a goal, because that really could open the floodgates for the momentum.
Well, you also can't be giving away the ball like that. That ball, again, we saw it earlier, rolled into the play before it was kicked. And if that ball enters play before it's kicked, it's a turnover. Ball back to Capital Futsal. Ball across, picked off by Labiki. Labiki trying to roll it onto Rodriguez. Labiki's been much quieter in the second half. He was very active in the first half, but we haven't called his name as much in the second half. They've done a much better job mitigating him, this Capital defense.
Well, part of that has to do with their offense as well with Capital. They've done a good job at maintaining the possession. It looks like the referee is going to call a foul against Capital.
He is, in fact, going to do so with 4:34 to go.
The third referee silencing the Capital bench.
4:34 to go. Ball flighted in, headed straight up in the air. Punched clear by Bostwick. The volley blocked and out for a corner. Alvarado on the block on the attempt by Labiki. 4:28 on the clock. So not quite a corner, but pretty close to it. Played it in short to feet Cano. Back to him. Hand shit. Sends it. Blocked. The second effort. Blocked again. Out wide. 4:25 to go. Canal trying to get it into the middle. It's blocked away, and behind it goes.
Well, that was a great job by Darwin Bostwick. Just after that save, to immediately have the recognition to get back up and put himself in a position to prevent his team from conceding a second unanswered goal.
Throws that one in directly to the feet of Omar, and it's poked out by the defense. So stay with Capital Futsal here in the attacking half. Omar gets it in quickly. Gill. Omar shoots and just hit it with the inside of the foot and drew it all the way across the face instead of putting it on frame like he wanted.
And these are those sorts of chances that I think you're going to see be given more and more to Capital as time ticks down, and MitWest is really going to feel the emphasis to get a goal and not have to chase this game so much.
Rodriguez down to Labiki. Rodriguez. Hand shit. Squeezed against the touchline on that far side. It's out for a corner. Perez. Rodriguez, hand shit. He's got some space. He likes to shoot this. He will again off the post. And put out by Gill into the bench and well held by Charles Holt. Look at a bit. The keeper himself making that catch on the bench. We got a whistle and another infraction on the free kick. And that one's given away and rolls out for a corner.
Well,
some sloppiness from both teams down the stretch. Maybe some fatigue starting to catch up here. Don't want to be giving away these chances. MitWest will have a corner. Labiki sends it in and blocks just a little bit. There was a man right there to make a play on it. Rodriguez draws the double team. Taken away by Omar. Dropped off to Ryder. Ryder tries to center it, mishits it. Coming the other way, Labiki. Well defended by Jarrett Gill.
Well, Eric Ryder, I think, just took one too many touches. He had the opportunity to find Almanov, but he just couldn't quite get there.
Labiki has some space. Blocked. Another good stop by Bostwick at the near post, making himself big. Labiki. Rodriguez swinging around a hand shit. Trying to find Perez. Perez, no one's there making the run. Taken away by Omar. Omar tries to skip past Rodriguez and can't quite keep it in. 3:02 on the clock.
One of the things to really highlight about what MitWest is doing right now is they're really using Aiden Hanchett both defensively and offensively. He's had a really good game in goal with the saves that he's made. He's really kept his team in this, but also offensively, he's been responsible for a lot of MitWest's corners.
Diamond with the shot there. Bostwick just barely kept it from rolling out for a corner. MitWest appeal, did not get the call. Here's Omar trying to move through the traffic. That one's cleared away, and Storm Powers will happily watch that one roll into the corner. He's just going to hold on to it. 2:25 to go. Trying to send out Omar. Got a little cheeky with that one, trying to go overhead with it, but missed entirely. 2:23 to go.
Well, at this point, Capital is just holding onto the ball to run the clock out.
Diamond, well wide. I don't know if that was an attempt to try to drive the ball into the space or it was just a really bad miss. In any case, it rolls out harmlessly and a timeout's called. With 2:25 to go in this ball game, Capital Futsal 6, MitWest FC 3. We'll take a quick break and come right back. You're watching the NFPL. .17 to go in this one. Capital Futsal 6, MitWest FC 3. Colton Leslie, Andrew Hall. Josh Hahn through the middle, intercepted, under 2 to play. Powers in the air, Holtz trying to corral it, keep it in the dust, line, a little long for do or die time for MitWest. They need a lot of goals in a hurry. Labiki, centered. Rodriguez, a good look maybe. No. That's when you really want to get off. If you're off, you really want to have that shot.
Very good opportunity.
Diamond's pass to pick off by Powers. He sends it towards the goal. Hahn has to make a diving situation.
I don't think he could have asked for a better opportunity there.
Hall puts his name in the book. 7-3.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few of those go off the post tonight. Very unfortunate for all those taking those shots. put himself up in the other goal box.
Trying to do something here. Trying to make the score into the chest of Powers, who couldn't keep it. 15 seconds. In transition, one more look. It's cleared away. Well and truly cleared away. And that's going to do it. Capital Futsal, first game, first
Capital, this was a great way to put your name into the league and say, we deserve to be here. That's what we said. That's what they're going to be trying to do. Right before this game happened, I think they've done this. This has been exciting.
3 points to the good for the hosts. On the NFPL Network, presented by Open Ended Media.